Hello, everyone. My name is Christian Eschbach, and welcome to another one of my album reviews. Well, here we are at Canadian content time, and we are going to talk about Great Big Sea Play. Now, I affectionately refer to Great Big Sea as Newfie Punk. So that would be short for Newfoundler Punk. And basically it's maritime music. Maritime music to me, a lot of it tends to be faster, a lot of heavy strumming, really fast strumming. So that's why I jokingly refer to it as punk. Do I actually think it's a punk album? No. Are there punk elements to it? I mean, there's elements that you could argue punk took from this, because maritime music is just based off traditional music, right? So yeah, okay. We're going to move along from those thoughts. The album opens up with Ordinary Day. And it works perfectly. It lets you know exactly what you're in for. The song is nothing special in the grand catalog of Great Big Sea. It sounds like, everything I just described. That Newfoundlander punk. Newfoundlander punk. Newfie Punk. I like Newfie Punk. It sounds better. However, the problem is if you're actually from Newfoundland, Newfie's kind of considered a slang for anybody that's not from Newfoundland. It's the Canadian N-word. Even has the same amount of letters in it. Ooh. Oh. Maybe I should stop using that one. All right. Moving on. When I'm up, I can't get down. I'm not sure if this song's about being bipolar. It could be I'm getting the lyrics wrong on this one. I mean, it definitely sounds like the positive side of bipolarness when I'm listening to the lyrics. Maybe it's a mixed up med thing. Either way, musically, it's a really good song, really fun. I like the proggy changes in it. It's really cool. The whole way around, this is definitely one of the songs on the album I enjoy listening to. The night Pat Murphy died, this is listed as a traditional song. Very typical Irish jig kind of vibe going on to it. Enjoyable. But, really, typical Irish drinking song is how it really feels. How did we get from saying I love you? This song, great use of brush sticks. I use brush sticks a lot because they just kind of make it quieter when I play on a whole as a general. You get to learn certain dynamics and stuff like that when you play with brush sticks a lot, and this song really kind of uses them well. This is actually the first time I've ever really heard it stand out on one of their songs with them using the brush sticks. And yeah, I want to give you guys kind of an example of it. I'm going to record and edit it in using my drum set. Musically, I really dig this one. It's kind of like a careful reflection on a relationship instead of a cheesy ballad. I also kind of really dig on the flute parts, which kind of give us a Jethro Tull kind of vibe. But I really like, going back to what I was talking about, the reflection on a relationship. When I got divorced from my ex, we played in a band together. She was the bassist, I was the drummer. And we kept the band going for about a year afterwards. She ended up quitting about a year afterwards, we divorced. And this song I could easily see it from my perspective looking into that. She could easily see it from her perspective looking into it with the way these lyrics are. When people talk about amicable divorces, or they talk about divorces that, the couple just, one day you kind of wake up and you just look at the other person, you realize you just don't want to be there anymore. It's just not one day you're all I love you, and the next day it's all like, you know what? I just don't want to be here anymore. I can't do it anymore. And that's really kind of what this song is. It's looking on it, that careful reflection. Like it's not remorseful. It's not anything like that. It's just honestly careful reflection on how am I here? Like what how did this happen? Okay, from there we go on to donkey riding. This one's great. It's basically just singing and percussion. This one's really fun and cheesy. It's nothing more than that. It's a really pure, light percussion, some singing on it. We're good. Haven't seen you in a long time. This one's meh. Then you got End of the World. This is the REM classic. It started with earthquake, birds and trains and hurricanes. Lenny Bruce is not afraid. I have a hurricane. Listen to you. Right. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I don't know the lyrics. No one does. Ah! All right. Now, someone's going to get cute and post the lyrics in the comments section to try and show they know the lyrics, but realistically, I can do that too. Love you guys. All right. I really like this cover of it. I think it's fantastic. It sounds perfect. It is Great Big Sea at their best, covering REM at their best. Great song. This is actually, End of the World is one of those songs that I loved long before I even knew it was an REM song, man. I've been into this song since first time I ever heard this song. I was a kid. It was in the movie Flashback, starring Kiefer Sutherland and Dennis Hopper. It is awesome. If you ever get the chance to watch it, you gotta watch it. It's a fantastic movie. Love this song though. Great. And this is a fantastic rendition. General Taylor, a meh version of what I had said about donkey riding. Seagulls, this one's interesting, but it didn't really appeal to me. Recruiting Sergeant is a good song, but a little too regional to have real appeal. And what I mean by that is it definitely sounds really maritime. Like this one's deep down in the core of maritime kind of vibe. So, and very Newfoundland. Very like the lyrical content literally I believe it's discussing Newfoundland. After that, we go into Green's Pond. This one reminds me of an old Far Side cartoon. I'm hoping I can find the Far Side cartoon and pull it up for you here. The cartoon is Welcome to Heaven, here's your harp. Welcome to Hell, here's your accordion. Uh, my dad actually could play the accordion, and I believe my mom's mom played the accordion as well as her sister possibly. Accordion is one of those ones where I guess people got it because it was more compact than trying to fit a piano in the house. But you really gotta have a thing to appreciate the accordion. And people that play the accordion, man, whew, you gotta have a strong back for that, man. Those things are not light. Um, yeah, moving on from there. My Apology is next up. I think this song is one of those songs that really inspired City and Color. It feels big time like it'd be a Dallas Green song. Even the vocal style like really reminds me huge of him. And it just totally reeks of this. So I want to say that My Apology is definitely one of those songs that City and Color really, really sunk their teeth into when they heard it from Great Big Sea. Jakey's Gin is listed as traditional, but it has modern lyrics in it, so I'm kind of a little confused on that one. Now, when I say modern lyrics, I believe that's because they're referencing like modern soft drinks, but they're not really that modern. You know, like they're more modern than whiskey, but you know they're not like Red Bull they're talking about or anything like that. You know, I think it's a Coke or a Pepsi or Sprite or Seven Up or you know one of the major kind of soft drinks there, and they're all ancient really at this point compared to the rest of us, right? Like who is there anybody alive at this point that doesn't remember them being around? Uh Either way though, very maritimer kind of song. Uh, Something I should know. This one confuses me. I know this song, but I don't believe for a moment that I know the song from this album because I swear I know it as an electric version of this. However, it is listed as a song from one of the members of this group, so at least if I know another version of this song, the other version I know is clearly a cover from this band. I just, you know, see what happens in editing. Jolly Roving Tar is basic. Rigadoon finishes off this album. Okay, this one is kind of really weird and out of place while still sounding perfectly at home at the same time. Think Cotton Eye Joe, alright? Also reminds me of certain Primus songs as well. But what it is it's a very kind of modern-esque electronic-y take on maritime music. When I think of Primus, I'm thinking of Winona's Big Brown Beaver, um, and you know, like with Cotton Eye Joe, it's kind of got that electronic kind of vibe sort of to it. But it totally sounds like Great Big Sea. It's really weird way. It makes sense throwing it on at the end of the album too. I get why they would do that because anybody that would, you know, well, to be completely honest with you, oh, um, I'm looking at the back of the album as I'm talking here, and it's a hidden track. All right. So the album actually finishes on Jolly Roving Tar, which to me was kind of a crappy way of ending the album. Having the bonus track on there though, Rigadoon, that's the stuff, man. That's the stuff. Uh, okay. This album, I can appreciate Great Big Sea, okay? I don't have anything against Great Big Sea. It's just not the type of music I would traditionally listen to. Okay, so what I would recommend is check out Great Big Sea for yourself. I really do think that there's a reason why they were as big as they were. I really do think there's a reason they got outside of Canada as well. I really think that you really should check them out if you're outside of Canada and you don't know who Great Big Sea is. If you are in Canada and you don't know who Great Big Sea is, you are failing as a Canadian. So you should really do that. All right, folks. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. That's what the comment section's for. On your way down there, you will see a link to Patreon. Click on that link. You can throw me a couple bucks that way. Otherwise, hit the like button, the subscribe button, the bell for notifications. Peace, love, take care.